Hey, buenos días. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien.
¿Y tú?
Wow, I'm
Yo
fine.
hablo español muy bien.
As far as I know, the only two words I know in Spanish is Spanish, right? Not French. Yeah, Spanish.
Oh, Spanish.
Yeah, it's buenos días. Oh, ¿qué pasa? It's Italian.
And I know some bad words. I can say that. My Mexican friend always taught me these bad words in Spanish.
Okay,
Sorry.
let's welcome everyone in my four languages is hey yo, it's in English. Merhaba Turkish, Dobry день Russian, and Bună ziua, Bine ați venit. It's in Romanian. So in Spanish, you guys maybe.
Yeah, like we know also like English, Turkish. That's all. So we don't have another. We don't have another option. Maybe oi in Portuguese, like we can say that. Yeah, oi.
Büşra. Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Yeah, bonjour.
Right, we have Shahin. Hey, welcome to the Weekly SEO. All right, let's encrypt this. Let's have a quick chat, by the way, before starting, because we have right now 3 people, being 3 attendees, and it would be great to wait for all of them. Everyone is busy right now. They are working on something like we do every day, every week. So what do you think? What kind of topic we can start with?
Actually, we can talk we were talking about the impression, how Google collect data from impression. Maybe we can talk about that. That's a good topic, We can talk a lot about that because we were busy, working, and maybe that's time to talk about that.
Yeah, so it was a tricky question, actually.
So let's ask.
I am asking every week to my teammates some tricky questions. It's really simple, and we underestimate that questions usually day by day. And this week, I asked to my teammates like how Google Search Console is calculating impressions. So the poll was like, when a user is coming with mouse in the search results to the first page. The second answer was in every Google's pagination pages, every search results, if you have your website there, it's one impression or something like that. So I asked this question, and you say that, which was the answer, your answer?
I think we say that the pixel, they are collecting the from user screen or something. I don't know. It's something like that.
You answered actually. But it's
because because another options was not correct for me, because that's like we can always talk about that, but we didn't find any solution like it and the right answer.
Yep. Right, so we have Marina also. Hey, Marina. And maybe, Bishop, do you want to add something on that question?
No, I hate that question.
You hate that question. Why?
So the problem is as far as I understand from the internet, nobody clearly understood the answer of that question and produced a piece of result for that. And everyone was saying something different. That's why I couldn't decide which one to trust.
Yep.
So what was the right answer? And if you say that, maybe we can also talk about it again.
Yeah, tell us the right answer, Roman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Please, we are waiting for it.
I know you are ready for some debate.
I'm always
Wow.
ready for a ring. The correct answer was A1, like I said in the chat. It's like if you have your website in the search results in Google's pagination pages anywhere, not just on first page, this actually is calculated like impression. Because you are there, you are on Google, but it's not like the most important thing that user will see your search result. Like if you have your website there in search results, then it will be calculated like impressions. Because I saw a lot of queries, which is in 6th page of Google search results, and they have a lot of impressions. Like one keyword is positioned to 64 or 75 position between them, and they have impressions. So how it's like possible to have this impression? What do you think about this?
I think, like, in my opinion, I don't think so. Like, rank is really important for us. Like, the first position, like between the first position and maybe 80 position, cannot be the same impression, because every client or every user is searching something, and probably they're just watching and saw the screen, maybe the top 5 or 3 search results. They cannot be the same with the 80 positions, and I think that's not cool data from Google if it's true, but I'm still don't think so. That's not the right answer. I'm sorry, Roman, that you really described very well, but I'm still thinking in this way.
All right. We will speak after this one.
So, guys, I think we have 5 listeners, or
Yeah,
we have 5 people right now. We can start, I guess, because we have a lot to talk this week.
Definitely, let's start. And the last thing I want to say about impressions, like, it's not the most important metric we should take care of because there is more important things that we should be on track, like clicks, positions, CTR, revenue, or something like that. So let me share my screen, and we can start right after this. Whoop. Do you see it?
Yep.
Okay, great. So welcome everyone to the Weekly SEO. Here is the place where we are sharing weekly SEO experiences, content marketing experiences from Bushra, or technical things such as page speed optimization and tricks, tips. So we also have some SEO news, because it's not the only thing that we are sharing here, like experiences and tips, tricks. There is also a lot of SEO news every day, which we should maybe take care of, because they are important. It's important to be on track with the news. So here's the place where we are contributing, where we are sharing these informations with you. So my name is Roman Adamita. I am director of SEO at Boostros, and a part of what we are doing is this weekly SEO live streams, and also we have actionable SEO tips, blog posts, etc., etc. So we contribute a lot in the SEO industry. That's me.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Bushra, and I'm the senior SEO executive of Boostros, and I'm a part-timer of the Weekly SEO, and I'm also a mentor in Women and Tech SEO group, and I'm trying to contribute as much as Roman and Adam in terms of blog posts and videos too. So I hope you like this live stream.
And hello, everyone. My name is Adem, and I'm a SEO executive at the Bootstrap agency. And nowadays I'm just searching how Google collecting data impression. And now I'm busy with this task. And welcome again.
Cheers, everybody. Okay, let's start with what we will covering today, guys. SEO news. So, like I said, we will start with SEO news before deep in dive to the category tree on e-commerce websites and how to deal with them, how to decide when we should change them, especially about seasonality on category trees. So, category tree, why do we mean by category tree? It's actually menu from your website. Is the top header menu. All right, so maybe we should start with your blog post, Bushra.
So if you're watching Weekly SEO in the previous weeks, you will know that this is the first time I will go as the first for a long time. So I have a new blog post on image compression and its effects on page speed optimization. It's actually a real case. It's like a mini case study from two different customers to show you that how small steps in page speed optimization can be effective. And I left the link below. I hope you like it and read it. And I'd be delighted if you just go visit my Twitter account and like it or retweet it to share with other people, if you like it, of course.
Bushra, what's the most powerful insight you gave there?
So the most powerful insight here is that actually you can improve your bounce rate by 20% with just a small optimization. So you don't need to create software source, or you don't need to wait for big plans sometimes. You can just start with small steps to be successful in terms of page speed. Every page speed optimizations doesn't have to be so big and taking weeks and weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right.
So this week there's another important news from this week. The practice problem structured data. That I love structured data and their announcements, and I love playing with them. But unfortunately, most of the time they're only in English at the beginning. So I'm waiting for a lot of structured data to come to Turkish to try with my Turkish clients. And this is one of the new ones. It helps teachers, families, or students to find educational practice material like the test topic. Of course, for math and science topics, you can just find multiple choice boxes or checkbox question types. Google is saying that here. You don't have to look for the websites if you are looking for example questions. Here it is. I'm giving you without any try. It's a really good development. I guess with the effects of COVID-19, Google tends to focus on more and more educational stuff at home, education at home stuff too. This is like the continuation of another structured data optimizations called, the home activities structured data. It's all home related stuff. So I hope it comes to Turkey and we can try with an educational background website.
Oh, that will be like a long time, I guess. I think this feature snippet is mostly for branding, because I see here some brands, right? It's not
Yes.
it's from BBC, Topper, CK12 Foundation, Byju's, or something like that. So there is actually no link to their website, right? Or after you click here, more practice on Topper, where do you go after clicking this button?
The problem is I couldn't test it because of I tried it VPN, but I couldn't come across to it. And I couldn't find the chance, and I got it from the Google guidelines, and they didn't say anything about it. Maybe if there anyone out there just read this and maybe come across with with some tweet from maybe Barry Schwartz or Glenn Gabe. Yeah, I hope I said the name true. I have some difficulties. Yeah, Glenn, while saying Glenn's name. So if you can come across, just leave a comment below this video after this live session. I'm just wondering.
I think here, like, there's two options for, it's this button. Maybe it's more questions from these pages. I don't know, and maybe like they are redirecting it to landing page. For example, BBC has lots of English about English. This kind of lessons to improve users' English. Maybe they are redirecting this button, redirected to this BBC landing page, but I'm not sure.
I wish someone explained the back and skip buttons functionality of the back and skip buttons here. Maybe more practice on topper means that just skip or come back and see the questions. I believe I believe it will be working like the people also ask section. I expect that to happen.
Yeah, it will be happening totally because they improve a lot. People also ask section on Google. As you know, it's AI. It's not collecting like from the websites. It's about like subheadings, the question titles. So actually, Google is trying to find these questions from user-generated content.
But of course, this is different.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe we'll not have today some questions because there is not a lot of attendees. But if you will have some questions after this live stream, you can write them on the comment section. We also answering all the questions on YouTube. So I think this kind of feature snippets it will be equal to lose a lot of traffic in our website because it's just on Google, and you see maybe all the details you should have to see, and it'll lose a lot of traffic.
Actually, it will create a lot of debate, whether to apply, just like whether to apply FAQ structured data schema or structured data to your website or not, because, it gives all of the answers of the questions without any need to click to your website.
Yep.
So it's open to debate. Actually, this is also open to debate. This development. This is not a new schema or markup type, but it's an update to the existing product markup, schema markup. So right now there's a price drop section added to the product markup guidelines, and it mainly gives the information about the price drop, price decrease, and any price, if there's any price decrease special to that brand. And users do not have to provide any information about it. I guess, as far as I understand, Google will automatically calculate the price drop with the historical average of your price info. You change your price info from time to time. Because you made some campaign, you may make some campaigns, or you may just decrease your product price because it's not expensive anymore. Just like that, I guess, just like the shipping info, structured data, this also aims to help people to get better results without visiting a website. The reason behind the shipping information is also to show people that when they can, as soon as possible, buy that stuff, and after that, to provide to people a good choice of clicking to a website, depending on the shipping info, or whether there is a shipping fee or not, because it's a really frustrating thing for users when you go to a website and decide to buy something, and until the latest part. You won't see the price detail, the shipping fee detail. And when you see it, you can bounce. And Google actually tries to prevent people from doing it via giving the information at the beginning. I guess they are trying to simplify everything for users. That's a really good ringtone, by the way.
Yeah. And this week, I saw a tweet from Brody Clark where he shared like there is search results based on e-commerce, which includes a price. Like this product price is between 40 and 50, the average price. So Google actually knows about the prices of particular products. So I guess it's not coming from schema. I guess it's coming from their data sources because, as you know, they have a lot of data, and they are trying to figure out if that product is the same with this one on Amazon, then this price should be between X to X. I don't know. So it's, by the way, it's not coming from schema.org. This is a automatically added search result. And this is also a rich result. Adam.
Google makes a lot of things.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I recently saw a really very nice tweet about largest contentful paint optimization on Twitter. It's from this speed curve retweet this tweet, and like that's really, I think that's really good case for us. Like by pulling the images like in the external domain, like from external domain to local domain, and there an optimization of like 150 or 200 milliseconds like has been performed very well here. And actually I haven't tried yet this one, but we can do this by using images, maybe like in the at the homepage, you know, where sometimes we have really bad largest contentful paint metric in the homepage, and maybe we can use these images from external domain to local domain. We can move them, and because some here some problem is like DNS or SSL problems, because some if we are loading these pages, it's this periods has like milliseconds, and they are affecting our page speed here. And as I said, like even though maybe 100 or 200 milliseconds sometimes seems very like short, you know, short seconds, but I think 100 or 200 milliseconds is really important for maybe FCP, and maybe also like first contentful paint and the largest contentful paint. These times is not short for these metrics, and actually we can try it for our website, especially on the homepage if you have LCP problem. But I don't talk about CDN, you know, and because we need CDN and we need to use it for page speed, but maybe we can try it for LCP metric, just 1 or 2 images.
Yeah. Every single millisecond or second, it's equal to money. Like you waste money or you earn money. If you have a great page speed, then you will earn much more money than another bad competitors.
Yeah, actually, I can give another example here. For example, you know, we are checking our website's Chrome user experience, like field data, and it must be like 75% good. You know, if it's a good score, if you want to see it as a good score, you need to take a good score from this metric from the users, at least 75%. For example, let's assume that our homepage is not like 65%. We have good data from users, and we just need 10%. And if we are maybe solving this issue, like that's a potential for us. If we are optimize our images in this way, like 100 milliseconds, maybe can be useful for us, and we can improve our percentage to more than 75%.
I am eager to see what we'll do about preloading.
Yeah.
By the way, Josh did a great job with this LCP score. So,
and that's from John Mueller. And like, for example, we are sometimes, as Bushra mentioned about that, like, we can optimize our website. We can start with images. That's small steps, but that's sometimes it can be so useful for website. And as Bushra shared this, their bounce rate, insights, and etc. But we need to optimize these images, but also we need to redirect them, because we can think in this way, like pages. If we are deleting something from pages, we are just redirecting them to do most relevant page, and to not lose the traffic from here. For example, like some website is getting lots of traffic sometimes from images. That's a good potential for them. But let's assume that these images is too high and is not optimized for our website, and we are just optimizing them. Maybe we are changing their format or etc. This is optimized, but we need to, if we change them, we need to also redirect these URLs to the current one, because that's sometimes a problem for to lose impression, and maybe sometimes like losing clicks from image site.
What if you don't have any relevant image which you removed from your website? Where you will redirect it?
Like as an image, or
yeah, let's say we have Adam's photo on the website, and some of us removes your photo, and there's no another photo about you. So what you will do in that particular topic?
Actually, like we can find any relevant images. Actually, like it's actually depends on website owner or SEOs. Like you need to find some relevant images in this way. Like, because like we are how can I say that? If there is no relevant pages, we are redirecting them to the category pages. That's the most relevant, or we are redirecting to homepage, and we can do the same thing in this site. We need to find.
You can redirect to Bushra, right?
Yeah, like because we are both SEO teams,
Yeah, it's relevant to you. So
yeah.
I guess. What's your what's your solution while you recommend to one of our clients image optimization? Do you recommend like compression, or do you recommend to resize the pixel, or what kind of topic do you recommend them to solve that problem?
For the image part, I would just first check the sizes of the images, I guess. If there is a lot of work there, and they don't if they don't want to use any type of WebP format, if they don't want to use any change their compression format from for example raw pretty cheese, if I'm just making assumptions here. At that part, I would try to resize the images according to the dimensions as much as possible for the important pages, if they are totally against the page speed optimizations. That's the stuff I'm trying to do, and slowly trying to persuade the customers most of the time, because they don't want to just take their time for a total type of page speed optimizations. In my examples. But for the image redirection, for the image, should we redirect the images or not when we change the images? I guess it depends. It depends. So how? I can say it. Just go to your Google Search Console account and just change your traffic and impression type from web to images, and just check that whether you have any image impressions or clicks. So in that way, you can understand that whether people are coming or not from your images. If you don't have any traffic, I don't know.
Then it's bad.
You should.
All right. So I included one tweet regarding what if I have an international website which has the same language on different subdomains or subfolders. It is a penalty cause. It's like because of duplicate content or due to duplicate content. And John answered that it's not a penalty cause, but also says concentrating your site's value on fewer pages generally makes it easier for those pages to be more visible. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't like I would replace these languages with a different. For example, if I am in Russia, I wouldn't like to see English content in Russian website, right? So it's not a penalty cause if you have duplicate content. It's not duplicate for in Google eyes, but from a user intent, I guess it's not a good practice because you have the same content, but it's not the content user will understand. So, Bishra, you want to say something?
Yeah, we had a problem like this just a week ago with Adam. Actually, the client has the exact copy of their main page, homepage, and claiming to be that it's English, but it's totally Turkish, and it's the exact copy of the homepage. There were no ref links, and there's no difference between the pages, and there's no signal to give the Google that this is from another language. But we at that point we were trying to understand why the homepage, Turkish homepage, was losing traffic. So when we just realized this, we just asked the client whether they will use the English version. They will have a full English version, and they say they don't think of it, but the C-level manager wants that English section there. So we just, in order to try it, we just give a no index tag to that English version, and after a week, our traffic started to increase, our impressions started to increase again. So I can't say that this is totally true. It may be true at some parts, maybe, but maybe for English versions, for different regions, I don't know. But from Turkish and English difference, it made difference. So it's not 100% true, I guess. It depends.
It depends as always, right?
So this is mine actually. I so get used to that. I just finished and you're continuing. So more content, yes, everyone, more content, not always something better, because most of the time new clients, just not new clients, but new websites try to write a lot of content about the same topic, just believing that they will have a lot of coverage by the Google site and they will become visible, they will become successful. But it's not always the same case as a new beginner in a website. As long as you don't have any good quality content, you won't be having any progress on your website. These days, on the internet, there is the progress is sometimes really slow depending on your sector. So there are a lot of websites. You need to take your steps carefully in order to have developed improvement. So this is actually a case study we just came across in Search Engine Land, and it was about a new customer in a region of America. And the customer had a lot of content with no traffic for a long time. They're actually unvaluable pages. They are not valuable. So they decided to delete that pages as a test. And after deleting them, the customer started to have a better performance in terms of local SEO too. So we should just think before adding any more content to our website, actually.
Definitely, Vishwa. All right, so then let's get started to when to decide to reformat the category 3 on e-commerce, right? It's a sneaky GIF or GIF. I don't know how to say that, but what's the name of this guy? Do you remember?
Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey. Yeah, he's like sneaky around. All right, so I will start with classifying users' intent when they come to your website. Actually, I create a simple diagram, but it's not understandable without telling the details I want to mention here. It's actually about users' intent when they come to your homepage, category page, or product page, or another informational page. So let's assume that this white paper is your homepage. Elizabeth Warren is coming to your homepage to include her book to the e-commerce website, for example, Amazon. So she's coming to see if you have a button to add this book, or she's coming to see what kind of books she wants to buy, right? Or Barry Stamper or something like that. Yeah, Barry Stamper is coming to see if you have any mountain bikes. So he needs to see if there is any category on your page. So Barry is this one, Elizabeth is this one, and Leonardo da Vinci is this one. So Leonardo da Vinci is coming to your website to see if you have any easels in there. So if you don't have actually in your top menu header, or if you don't have any particular category regarding easels, then it will be hard to find out. Or he will use a search bar, right? So of course, Leonardo da Vinci is not living; he passed away. But let's assume he's living, right? So if he was, I guess he wanted to see if there is any easels on the categories, on the category 3, which is the top header menu. All right. So after they find this, for example, they find this category page. The intent of Leonardo da Vinci is to buy a product, is to buy easel, right? So this will be the final part of his intent on the website. So I wanted to tell you a little bit of story about what users are expecting from your homepage, because homepage is not a landing page where users are starting to convert. Users are starting to convert from a category to product page, or to delivery time. If there is any delivery information on your website, they would want to see the information, all the information on that pages. So now, when should you reconsider your category 3? For example, I analyze a website on Screaming Frog, and I saw that there is dozens of pages which is red. Red means that these pages are not non-indexable. For example, canonicalize it to another pages, but these links are included to your category tree. So they actually are included to every single page on your website because they are on the header menu. And there is dozens of them, as you can see right here, non-indexable or something like server errors or disallowed by robust text or something like that. So you should reconsider changing your category tree when you didn't care a lot of time about these links, because you might deleted these categories before, but you don't remember, and you pass to deleting this category from your category tree, the link from category tree. So you can analyze this. You can analyze your website via Screaming Frog or Deep Crawl or another tool to see your crawl depth. Not about crawl depth, it's about crawl graph. Sorry. So also you need to consider other competitors if they how they handle it. For example, yeah, we are talking about category tree, but it's not like something especially to trees. So I just wanted to show you some examples from this relevant, something, and I saw a website pretty good. They have a great example of categories. For example, I come across after I searched for buy trees. So after I searched that, I saw this naturehills.com and the second page of Google. But they have a great category tree on their header menu. So as you can see, they have trees, and right after that, a lot of trees, a lot of subcategories. For example, type or variety. And another competitor has a great, really creative section in their homepage. For example, I don't decide what kind of tree I want to buy, but they have a blog. So it's a great to see that they have like a place where we can decide what kind of tree we can buy to have it on our homes, right? So it's not a tree, but it's something like plant. So it's make easier to find out the user intent after you include some great examples from another competitors. And this one is a category page. I guess it's small on your monitor, but they have with categories with photos. So I entered the trees, and after that, I saw a lot of images. But these images, it's not the product page. It's actually another subcategories, subcategories. So it's going deeply, but it's going really regularly. So they have a great example. So you just need to see some of your competitors, what kind of category tree they have, and right after that, you might reconsidering to change your top header menu because it's not that pretty good or not well optimized. Because category tree, it's actually equal to your internal linking. So to have an effective internal linking, you need to considering to make a great header menu, because your header menu will be seen in every page of your website. As well, footer menu if you have it. So when you do a better internal linking, it's actually equal to more effective crawling on your website. It's more important than sitemap, I guess, because you have a great internal linking. So if a link from your website is not included on sitemap, but Google can't find it, then it's better than sitemap, I guess. But I don't say remove your sitemap. please don't understand me badly. Right? Do you have anything to add here, guys?
As far as I don't have any, but I will have in
All
the
right.
next slides, I guess. Oh, so it's my slides. So, of course, how to make the category tree better optimized. We should think some stuff about before doing any optimization in the category trees. Sometimes maybe we may need to rewrite all of it from the scratch. And actually, there are some problems. There are some pretty problems in some of the categories of the people or website I come across. And the next slide is the most common problem I see.
I'm calling you. Let's decide how to make that better. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So the most common problem here, okay, oh my God. You just distract me with your joke, I guess. So the most common problem we came across in terms of the category pages are the duplicate categories for most of the time. So it's really hard to tell a customer that they have duplicate category pages, and it's a problem because users are looking for a single page to solve their problem. And there are two, and of course, in the eyes of Google is also a problem, both in terms of UX and in terms of the Google bots. So what should we do about this? Of course, I'm not talking about, because most of the time the customers just may misunderstand the concept. Okay. For example, just think a customer only selling stuff about women apparel, women shoes, women collection, and just think that they have three same category branch structure on their website with different types of names, because they are the names of their collections. And when we tell the client that this is a problem, we shouldn't have three same kind of category structures on a website, because it's so it's not a best practice in terms of in the eyes of the search engines. So we have to find a better structure for your categories, and we need to solve it. And most of the time they're giving me examples from websites that both selling women and men apparels, and they're saying, okay, you say this, but there are women and men websites, and there are women wear and women shoes and women t-shirts and women pants, but there are also men pants, men t-shirts, they're duplicates. So I don't understand this concept. What is the problem here? They may ask this, but we have a concept called user intent, and men shoes or man pants and women shoes or women pants are different stuff to buy in the eyes of user intent. So it won't be a problem for a website selling both if they clearly separate that structures. So it's not a problem. Of course, sometimes they may ask that okay, this website have a woman branch, but they also have a woman branch for outlet categories. It's another question I got for the apparel type of retailer websites. And if at that point, if there's search volume for outlet category, outlet dress, outlet shirts, outlet shoes, it's normal to divide them, because they're serving for different user intents. They're just trying to answer that. But if you have three different pages for the same user intent, it's a problem. So that's the point. You should think reformatting your category tree. And the best way to do it is the singularization. So just create a big and effective structure. And if you have any special collections or other stuff, you can just put them with a filter mechanism, maybe, or a subcategory. I don't know. You may choose different things to do that, but it's not the best practice.
Definitely. And I guess in this Leccetu website, it's more about infrastructure, because as I see right here, they have two different URLs, but the same category and the same count of products.
And these are serving as two different categories. One is under the woman section, one is under the new arrival section. But you may probably see, in terms of see a lot of articles about the categorization, category structure of websites. So new woman dresses, a category named new woman dresses, and a category named woman dresses is not something different. It depends on the user intent, I guess. It may be a structure problem, but there's ways to solve that structure problem. Today, actually, the next slide, I want to talk about it in the next slide.
Sure. But I saw that a pagination page type here is weird, because why is above the products? Because users usually are scrolling down.
That's so weird, man. Yeah, it's weird. It has a weird features, filtering mechanisms, and paginations. It's interesting. We can try to find most and many other things on this website.
Yeah, I'm working a lot on pagination pages, and I want to figure out how to index them, but in an effective way. And I found one. I guess I need to test it with an e-commerce website, which is a big one. But this one is something like unusual, and I'm so curious how the audience of Lecce too is using that section, right?
How do you pronounce that? Like,
I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna be, maybe it's French, I guess.
Yeah,
my French is bad. So I found this website from the third page of Google results for a woman-related keyword. Actually, I'm trying to find the back pages to see some interesting examples for our audience. Yeah, maybe they have good visibility in some other keywords, but I didn't look into details. And it's not a bad website. There are a few category problems, and that pagination problem is also interesting. We can just try to examine it and get something from out of it. So most of the time, client may object singularization or a new category tree structure. It may happen. In my case, I was talking about the women collection website. There are 3 different collections, but there are 3 different versions of the same category branches. So I just decided to solve the problem with a creative thing to do. So this website needs single category pages. For example, a single pants category pages for also their ads, their paid things, paid stuff. Yeah, that pantolon in Turkish. So in order to help the PPC, our PPC team, the ads team, we just tried to do a different thing, and we just decided to use canonical URLs here. So the main point here is to create a main category structure as the all products thing kind of stuff, and give all of these categories under categories, subcategories there, but we just assure the customer that everything will stay the same except for this new category part, and we will just give canonical URLs to the main categories, and we won't have any problems, duplicate category problems, and you will protect your website structure, because the problem is here the customer portfolio of the website really tends to buy in that order, because they just trying to find the collection stuff and the limited edition stuff under different categories. And it would be hard for their customers to adapt a new category structure. That's why we found a solution like this. It's actually a good solution for us, because it's easier than creating a whole category with a software development team. we will just change the canonical URLs. But I got the impression from here, from two big websites. From one of them is the Bloomingdale's, and the second one is the Saks Fifth Avenue. They are really good and big retailers in the US, and they have a lot of categories to manage. And I just wondered what they are doing in their categories. And I just realized that, I guess it was in Bloomingdale's, they have same categories under different names. It's not a problem, but they have they have a category link in the main category, for example, for pants. But if they have new arrival pants, when you click the new arrival pants category, you just realize that there is just a URL parameter on the page. It loads with the URL parameter, just filtering the newcomers at the top of the page. It's actually the same page with our main category page. So they solve it with the URL parameter. I just checked that they gave their canonical URLs also that the main page without the URL parameter page. And they, I guess, if I don't remember wrong, they also disallow it from their robot.txt files. I'm not sure, but I just think that I saw it like that. It's a really good solution, I guess, as long as the filtering mechanism doesn't have any problems at the back of the website.
It was extremely hard to convince a offline-minded client, right?
It's so hard to convince them. And in terms of women fashion or man fashion websites tend to keep their structure. Because they look at their websites like a fashion magazine. They look at it like Vogue. Vogue. They are just they want to feel like they're just reading in the new Vogue magazine. And I know they love the visuals, using visuals. They love videos. They love their colors, etc. Their fonts, and this is the best way to actually convincing them, because the big ones in America are also doing this.
That's it.
It's like cases, and modern problems require modern solutions.
So for the retailer part, if you want to convince them, just go with bigger examples from international examples. Then they may understand you, and they say we can do this. It's the hardest part, but we are doing it somehow. We are managing to convince them. So this is another problem, empty category pages. We see it most of the time. And when we go to the customer, and ask them that what are these pages? They are empty. We should remove them. And they're just saying that, we don't need to remove them. We may have any kind of products in the future that will fit in these categories. But when we ask when, they don't say any exact date. And if this page won't be used in 2 weeks or a month, there is no reason to keep this in their current category structure. So this is not a well practice. This is also a thin page, and this is also bad for our user experience. So if we don't have any products, we shouldn't show this on our website. And another thing is here. Also, I want to talk about the category pages with a few products. Maybe we can discuss about it, because there are a lot to say about them. So sometimes we also tend to remove the category pages with 1 or 2 products, but we don't always remove them because they are too few. If it's a small website and that category is important for them to become visible, just like Roman mentioned a few weeks ago with the long tail keywords for the category structure opportunities, easier opportunities to become visible. At that point, we don't suggest removing them. Instead of that, I know that's a big dilemma, writing category structure, category articles, long category articles on category page. I know it's a big dilemma, but if it's an important page, and if it needs visibility, at that point we can use some category articles that we hate for bigger ones in these pages, because it's useful to show, give signal to Google for many different keywords.
In the previous weekly SEO live stream, I remember that I covered a topic regarding singularization categories.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, actually, you have a really good blog post about that. How to
Product
solve
alternatives, yeah. That was e-commerce product alternatives.
Yeah, like solving. Okay, you can talk about that, because
That's
you've got this.
actually that's the same thing. That's the category version of that topic. Actually, it's the same thing but different pages. Not a product page. Now it's a category page. It's always the same thing. You can always try to adapt a solution to another problem, and you can be successful in that.
Definitely.
We also talked about the category articles.
Category articles. Yeah, we'll talk about it, and because we need to talk about this. Not every e-commerce website can have a lot of products, many amount of products in their categories. For example, Bounty Q coffee shops. They right now they are trying to sell coffee, because not everyone can go outside. Like you guys in Turkey, you can't go outside right now to a coffee shop. So Bounty Q coffee shops, they are trying to make e-commerce websites with Shopify or some infrastructure like this one, but they don't have a lot of products, but they want to sell them. So to make that happen, they need to create some categories to the relevant keywords. For example, coffee cups, which starting from $10, for example. And if there is some a few products, for example, 2, 3, or 4, then there is really a low amount of options, because 4 products is nothing when you see Amazon. So we need to create a really unique content which will be also actually effective for your users. Or you can add something like call to actions thing to that category page. So don't left the categories just with 2, 3, 4 products. Add there something different from between your competitors. So I guess that's what we want to talk about here, but it's a long story regarding adding content to the categories, because at the same time, it's not must-have when it comes to SEO, because it's somehow for UX, it's not a good thing, I guess, because on mobile phone, when you're scrolling and see a wrong story about this category, and pretty much it's not good.
I did it with a customer. I tried it with a customer, but I tried it how? So that's the question. The how question is the important part, I guess, here. I have a cosmetic customer, but covering cosmetic products, skincare products, and they have a lot of brand categories, of course. For that brand categories, they have 3 or 4 products, but they wanted to become visible for brand names. And if you know, cosmetics is a big competition arena in Turkey in terms of the big e-commerce websites. So it's hard to become visible if big e-commerce websites also have brand names for that products you sell. And at that point, we tried using category articles for that products of these customer. But I tried something different here. I just actually I used Aleyna Solis's method here. So I just used 100 or from 100 to 200 keywords articles, short articles, giving answers about the products actually the customer selling in that brand. And actually I used that pages to answer some user questions. And after that, actually we became successful in 3 months. Now customers started to become visible in the top second, 2 or second place. So yeah, it can be.
Do you see that category?
Yep.
This actually, they are not products like I mentioned before. And there's just this category. So 9 categories on this category. And it's a thin page, right? There is not a lot of options. But what they did do, they added the content in this category. It's great content. They created something really special to this category. So you may want to take a look at this website, which is called Natural Hills, and just check it out how they work.
So it's the stuff actually I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you can create something unique to drive traffic, you can just free to try it. But please don't use any unrelated things. For example, if you have a dress category, don't put something about winter apparel here. It's just a dress category, okay? Actually, John Muller has a really good tweet about it, the really good comment about it, one of the SEO office hours. Maybe we can talk about it later because it's a really big category of articles is a really big topic to talk about. Maybe we can brainstorm about it. We are examining big e-commerce examples in some week of the Weekly SEO. If you want to just leave a comment after this video, we are wondering. Yeah.
Like, okay, like I can add something also in this topic, like just, you know, it's a few products sometimes can be a problem for also SMEs, you know, they just, they don't want to share their profit with a big e-commerce website and they are creating their own one. And but sometimes they are performing in niche sector industry, so they had a few products in this category, and they are always thinking about that and like why this big e-commerce websites category is more visible than us, because like you don't have lots of like many products like a big e-commerce website, and you need to solve this problem and in this theme page problem in category pages. Okay, guys, that's my topic here. Like, keep your categories updated. Like on some special occasions, like special days, you may have pages that like you need to specify to users. You know, you can update your category, and this is the header. Like header menu, and you can update your category field just like in the home page, you know, as Roman mentioned before. Just the user is opening your website and they just want to try something. You know, maybe it's this special day, or maybe for Mother Day, and maybe you need to update this menu for, maybe you can add for Mother's Day special products for them, or maybe this may be religious or national days, very different, maybe like very different special day as I mentioned. And if the user has entered your website, they wanna search some products, and you need to always maybe you can create a special category page, and you can be more visible in the like SERP, and you can improve your organic product here. For example, from this website, they have 8 like, you know, as for religious day for Muslim, maybe you can make another, you can update your menu for Christian, like Easter, etc. And this one is the 8 edit, and that's a page for demography, like less thinking about this like a demography, and they are just aiming like Muslim, like religious in Muslim here with this page, with this category page actually. And one of the most common problems on the website, like created many many e-commerce content management systems to define tags for products as well as categories. And if there's a search volume and the category you are going to create, probably they will not have a potential here. And we need to find something like, how can I say, like sensible categories. And instead of using tags, we have to move forward with this with the category. Not we don't need to use these tags. And we have three problems here. For example, when we use these tags like too often, very irrelevant products can be collected in this category page, and in these pages, this can be very complexity and will not be very user friendly. And users can bounce right from your website, and that can hurt your bounce rate. And categories must be carefully constructed, not programmatically. If you are using tags here, probably just you are creating something like programmatically. But category is not automatic things. You need to consider about that. You need to talk with your SEOs, or you need to talk about your marketing manager. Maybe it's you need to brainstorm here. That's just brainstorm.
Usually it also coming from infrastructure. Like there is an option to activate or deactivate that kind of tags, because not every e-commerce manager or marketing director can know how this tag works, because it's a technical part of SEO. Like when you make thin pages or duplicate pages, they don't know it's because of a lot of tags. They guess that these tags will be useful because users will find out on Google, or users will try to click them. But actually, users are clicking to the category, so the main category, or to the breadcrumb.
I mean, like, you need to create some sensible category pages. Like if you are, for example, here, it's a tag option here, like dry and sensitive. And you're a user and you're opening a website and surfing here and just clicking here like dry and sensitive, but for what? For your hair, for your face, for your legs, lots of tons of products here, and it's not sensible for me. And it's not good to user experience also. And if your product rate, can you change the slide? Yeah, forget the text. The text slide, please. Not the volume one. Now, previous one. Yeah, okay. That one. Sorry. And if your product range is not wide, as we mentioned, this theme page, empty page, before slide. If you define a tag very few products, it will not be different from a blank page for a website. It's because the content is it has a really thin content and unnecessary browsing budget for us, and not a crawling budget, and a very poor quality page for users, and they will resolve with this page. And sometimes tag pages with the same products as the category. We are using tags here, and also we are creating in the background the same category pages. We are using as a tag here, and also we are putting that in the same category. And tags and categories was getting same, and it will occur as a duplicate problem from the Google boss.
Anyone wants to answer to guys' question?
Actually, I wanted to answer that question, but I couldn't understand what he's talking about. So the second question, I was in the full screen. I just realized it now.
But which tags?
He mentioned actually about this tags, guys.
Okay.
Bushra, we see you. You scare me right now.
Yeah. Sorry.
Like in my opinion, you can use it, but not in this way. Maybe you can describe it like it's for dry and sensitive, like for face, or it's more descriptive option we can use, not this kind of text.
Yep.
I don't like tag pages.
Who likes it?
Totally.
Yeah.
We are against that.
They're not manageable.
Definitely. We quickly can forget about them.
Yeah. And before creating category pages, we need to learn how users search for it. And for example, what kind of search are there, like for this hand cream? If we are a retail company, and we have many product ranges, and we can evaluate the potential by creating these categories. However, the metadata we will use without any search volume research, like probably they will not give us like accurate result and especially in terms of SEO. And if we have those products fully, like in these pages, probably they will not be visible in the SERP, and we cannot achieve and obtain the organic traffic from these keywords. We need to, if we are creating a category pages, we need to always before it we need to research this keyword research we need to do.
Yep, and we can do that quickly with Ahrefs. Ahrefs have a free tool actually. Also, with a lot of options. Bushra wrote an article on bootstraps.com blog, so you can read that, or you just can research on Google free keyword research tools or premium keyword research tools. So, but if you want to create the best category tree, you need to have a great tool for that, because not every tool can have a lot of data. So, for example, Moz and Google Keyword Planner has seasonality data. For example, for 24 months, like you can see for 24 months or more than that, the search volume of an keyword. So it's actually a great metric, because it's a great insight, because you can see if there is any seasonality. You can see to identify if your organic, if you lost organic traffic, if there is any seasonality or something like that in that particular keywords. So this is our last slide, I guess. Yes.
Oh, sorry, guys.
It's okay.
God bless you.
Star Wars bless you. All right. So it's more than 1 hour. Usually we maximum during 1 hour, but thanks everyone who attended to this weekly SEO. I won't ask you to ask us anything, because we did it a lot of times. I repeated it a lot of times, but not everyone is asking. So if you have any questions, of course, you can ask on the link we will give below on this YouTube description. And thank you very much for being here with us. It's really appreciated. And happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. See you later.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.